have a class today. No, yeah, I have a class today by 3 o'clock. And the last lesson we had, I have not managed to attend that class. Though it's recorded, so I have to quickly go through it, do all my jotting. I've got my book here, I've got my pen, I've got my timer here, and then don't mind all my background. This is where I usually film sometime. I know you may be used to this background, and that's my light. My camera is right there, so I'm just going to quickly study. I've got my, see, that's my screen. I'm going to study. It's a recorded video, then so I can know what they taught us last week before the class today. And then I've got assignment to submit in 2 days. I've got my cup of coffee, black coffee and lemon.
First thing I'm going to talk about a bit is human rights legislation. So basically a right is an entitlement of some type. So this can be...
We break up and you slam the door. I messed up on the bedroom floor. What the hell do we do this for? I push you out but you come back. That attraction, we can't fight that. Oh, keep telling myself that I should let go, but I hold on. And oh, keep telling myself that I should move on, but I don't. 'Cause we got that mad love, we got that sad love, we got that fun love, we got that young love, yeah, that dumb love.
So today is Friday and it's my last off day. Tomorrow I'm back to work because I'm weekend on Saturday, Sunday. So we're going out today to a soft play. I'll be bringing you along with me. Hope I'm allowed to film. So I'll be showing you what it looks like. It's a very small soft play, new place. I've never been there. It just opened in my small town. So I got ready to take the kids out there because they're also on a midterm break. Yeah, I'll see you there, okay?
We got that fun love, we got that young love, yeah, that dumb love. We got that mad love, we got that sad love, we got that fun love, we got that young love, yeah, that dumb love.
Track the one you want this to. We're in Asda supermarket. This is the biggest shop I have close to my house. This is the biggest shop, so we have no other choice but to always come to Asda. Asda is a little bit pricey, but it's not as pricey as M&S. It's not as cheap as Aldi, you know. I don't know if you can see me, but I just thought I should talk to you on my way to work. Good morning. So I'm going to work. I've got my bag, and I just wanted to tell you how my weekend went. So there's this thing I've been trying to get, and it is like my greatest dream. It's going to be my best achievement in this country if I'm able to get it. I wasn't sure I was eligible yet, so what I did, I think about 2 months ago, was I phoned to ask if I was eligible, and someone told me, yes, Gloria, you're eligible as long as you have so, as long as you've done this and you've done that, and they gave me everything. I was so excited. I started working towards it for like 2 months, working hard, both financially, physically, mentally, prayerfully, every way. I was working hard toward this stuff, and I was ready. So it is to say, whenever I'm ready, I should get back in touch. So I was ready. I was so excited. So I got an appointment to speak with someone. I was so excited to the extent I was actually physically shaking. After all the stress, everything I've done. So the person I spoke to the first time was on holiday. And when they're on their holiday, nobody can get in touch with them. So I was directed to speak to someone else. If I had known, I would just keep my peace. I spoke to someone else, and the person said, after he gave me an appointment, I started talking. I think 30 minutes into talking, She said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry to say you are not eligible." I went, "Excuse me." That was the first thing I asked that other person when I called to make sure I was eligible before trying and starting all the stress for 2 months. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're not eligible, you're not allowed to do that, but please, whenever you're eligible, can you kindly just phone us back?" In my head, I'm like, it's like, I want to fire you. I just told her, "Thank you." Ended the call. I couldn't cry. I couldn't cry. I was just talking to myself. I just told myself, I said, "Gloria, whatever will be, will be. Whatever you cannot change, don't kill yourself over it. When the time comes, you'll still be there to get it." And that was how my week went. But I'm hopeful. Today is Saturday. I'm working Saturday, Sunday. So I'm happy because I'm off on Monday. And I'm hopeful because the person I was speaking to the first time is coming back on Monday from her holiday. And I'm hopeful, fingers crossed, that I will be able to speak to her on Monday and hear from her. Even if she says it's not possible, at least I need an apology. Because it was not funny. Preparing and trying to get that thing, it's like my whole life depended on it. But I'm happy I'm able to smile about it just now, because in life, whatever you cannot change, you don't need to stress over it. Just to encourage someone today, I hope you have a lovely day. And in case you see that it's still dark, it's alright. I'm making video. You see, it's a bit dark. It's not like it's really dark. It's already past 7, half 7 or so. But because we're in winter, you're going to see that it's going to be really dark now, and then it gets very dark early. By 4 p.m. it's already dark. So that's winter for you. Winter is coming. Yesterday I wanted to make a video because I wanted to talk about my daughter. When I woke up in the morning, I knew I had the warning light to say our light was going off, because we usually recharge with this key, and you take it to a shop somewhere, they'll put money on it, and then you can plug it into the box, and it will start deducting the money on it until it finishes. That's what I use in my house. So when I woke up in the morning, I was beginning to hear the warning light. I knew the money was going to finish, but I just felt, let me even stay off social media, because once the light is off, I will not have internet. I will not be able to on anything electronic. So I said, let me even stay off internet and just see how I will be able to cope and even do something else with my life, apart from living around the internet, Facebook, YouTube, and all. So I said to myself, I was not going to buy any light until later that day. So when I woke later, my daughter woke up before me. She took the remote, went to the TV to go on the TV. She started crying that the TV was not working. So I'm like, I'll see how she will cope with it. To my surprise, this girl started crying so much, so much. You would think that somebody had beaten her. So I said to myself, oh, okay, this girl's never seen where light went off. And because of that, I was not going to buy that light until she began to understand that life is not all about light. And there are some people in this world that don't have electricity. She cried and cried and cried and cried. I just ignored her until in the afternoon around 3 o'clock. That was when I now changed my mind. I went to buy the light. Then when she noticed that the light was on, she ran. I'm like, it's working, it's working. Oh my God, I'm like, this guy does not know anything. We need to go to some country where NEPA will take light and there's nothing you will do. This life, anyway, that was just my little way of trying to teach her that you don't always get everything you want, and that you should learn to adapt to things. Although she adapted at the end of the day, she kept quiet and was just wondering, like, she was just looking like, what's happening? Why is there no light? She was like, strange. So I just thought about it and I was just laughing. I'm like, this kid does not know anything. It's Saturday morning and I'm going to work, but I just thought I should speak to someone today because it just crossed my mind. There are so many of you who are trying to achieve something, but because it seems like very difficult, you kind of giving up. You feel it's too hard. How can I achieve it? I cannot do this. I want to tell you something. You can. You can. If you think about your life, think about where you started, where you were, and where you are today, you see that at some point where you are today was your prayer point. At some point where you are today, you didn't know you were going to achieve it. At some point where you are today was somewhere you're aspiring to. But because of human nature, once we achieve what we've been looking for, we start trying to achieve another thing. So we don't take time to appreciate where we are. We don't take time to appreciate how far we have come. We don't take time to appreciate how hard we have worked to achieve where we are today, to achieve whatever we have to do, no matter how small, that we start thinking of another one. And before you know it, life just becomes a race, a battle, a struggle. We just work and work and work and work and aspire, dream, pursue our dream, work hard. And at the end of the day, we end up not enjoying that place we are that was once our prayer point. You see, my life has taught me so many lessons to know that you are stronger than you think. And if you look at where you're from, where your background, where you are today, where you're from, and where you're going, they're just two different things. And recently I've made up my mind to like keep some of my aspirations to myself more. Because when you're sharing your dream with people who cannot imagine, who cannot understand the same dream with you, it looks impossible. And the only thing they will do is they will going to try to discourage you because they cannot see it happening. So the best thing is keep it a secret, pursue it, work hard for it, and achieve it. It's just like having babies, being pregnant. Nobody wants to know how many years it takes you to become pregnant. Nobody wants to know how many hard work you have to do in the room. Nobody wants to know how hard you've worked, how many hours you've prayed. All they just want to see is the baby. So life sometimes is like that. Nobody cares about your struggle. They can pretend they want to ask of you. They can pretend they want to know how far. It is a lie. They just want to know updates. They just want to. You see some of them, even when you start to, they will watch, they will monitor you. They will not be able to unfollow you. But at the end of the day, they will never comment. They will never like. They will never do anything just because they're just monitoring you. So why not just give it another try if you cannot achieve it, because the year is coming to an end. Next year is there. It is another opportunity. Each day is another opportunity for you to achieve that dream. As some of you may know, I am in school. Although I've not given you all the detail, but to be sincere, it's not easy. You know, back home, we do these things like if you're doing, let's say, Masters or BSc, it will be basically nursing and everything nursing. But here in the UK, their educational system is very different. Here, nobody will force you to study, nobody will force you to read, nobody will force you to cram anything, but they will make sure they still catch you. So you need to do a lot of critical thinking, essays, and that essay, you need to show that you have read the books you're supposed to read, you understand what they're teaching you. So in fact, sincerely speaking, I thought it was going to be easier than this. I'm not saying it's hard. I'm not trying to discourage you, but to be sincere, it is not as easy as I originally thought. But we'll get there. One day I will be able to share all the details with you and to encourage any one of you who is interested in maybe furthering the education. I will see you again. I'm going to work. I'm almost at work. I will see you again later.